U.S. government says scam calls are on the rise since the coronavirus pandemic began.
Yeah, the Federal Trade Commission is reporting it has received more than 130,000 complaints to date relating to COVID-19.
Wow. Well, WATE 6 on your side. Consumer reporter Don Dare is here. He talked with several people today who received calls from those fraudsters, Don.
Well, that's right, Lori. The calls received by two couples who contacted us just yesterday were from spoofed phone numbers designed to trick the caller ID system. With so many people stuck at home because of the virus, often there is no one to talk to during the day. And if you have an answering machine, instead of listening to the call, you have a tendency to pick up the phone just to talk with someone. Well, more recently, lots of those calls are from fraudsters. In Maryville, Peggy Jones received a call from her internet provider the other day, except it was a scammer and not the company.
They said they were from AT&T, and I told them, I said, well, I don't have no problem with my internet or nothing. And she said, well, you can lose a lot of your channels and all that.
Peggy and her boyfriend, Chris Bernstein, have received several calls from fraudsters over the last few days.
I got a call and they said it was from Social Security, that there was a problem with our Social Security. Didn't ask for neither person by name, and it said to press 1 to speak to an agent.
Out of curiosity, Chris said he hit number 1 on his phone.
He asked me if I would provide my Social Security number to verify who I am, and I said, no, I'm not going to give my number. I said, as a matter of fact, Social Security don't call you on the phone. Therefore, this is a scam, and I'm going to report you. And I heard a click.
They introduced themselves there with AT&T. Didn't give a name or anything, just said they were with AT&T.
Jeanette Dabney and her husband live in Rocky Top. Their internet provider is with AT&T, but the live person on the phone was not from the giant company.
They wanted something about doing some kind of stuff with the channel thing, and that's when I told them my husband handled this kind of stuff.
And they was wanting to do an upgrade to my television.
And what did you say?
How much? And they was going to refer me to another person, and I kind of got suspicious and hung up.
However, the scammer was persistent and called back. Again, Mrs. Dabney picked up the phone.
And he asked me what happened, it hung up. And I said, well, I don't know. He said he did, no, thank you. And then that's when I told him, I said, well, it doesn't say AT&T on this call. And he hung up on me.
Consumer advocates say the call that Tim Dabney received, the one that Peggy Jones got, and the so-called Social Security agent who contacted Chris Bernstein are from scammers looking to capitalize on a major event like the pandemic.
And you know what worries me the most is the older people. You know, that's what really worries me, is the older people that don't have nobody there to, say, hey, this is wrong, this is a scam.
The FTC says at a time like this, it's important to keep your guard up. Hang up on robocalls. Don't press 1 to speak to an agent. Pay no attention to someone claiming they're from the government, like Social Security or the IRS. If instructed to send money by way of a gift card, walk away. There's also Chris's way of handling scammers if you happen to hit that button on the phone.
She'll tell you, I'll press the 1 and I'll chew them out, give them peace of my mind. And she said when I pressed the 1, she's thinking, oh, God, they don't know what they did.
Right.
Look out for Chris. Well, a tech company out of California that keeps track of robocalls on a monthly basis. That tech company reports there are 111 million robocalls every day across the country. That's a lot of calls. Many of them are from scammers, and the fraudsters make a lot of money doing it. The credit reporting agency TransUnion said in a recent report that 9% of the people all across the United States have been victimized by fraud since the outbreak of the coronavirus. Don't you become one of them, Bo?
I like Chris's approach, though. All right, Don, thank you very much. Hey, if you have a consumer question for Don, take a moment, send him an email at ddare@wat.com. You can also pick up your phone and give him a call on the 6 on Your Side hotline. It's at 865-633-5974.